Good morning. Last night was a long night for me. I had problems with my GI tract, which is part of a flare up. I had burning, itching skin. I was insomnia. I had headaches. I felt like my body was on fire, and my bones were so painful. Nothing really helped. Today, I'd like to talk about discrimination against people with illnesses. Discrimination happens in a lot of places. It can happen in the medical field, in relationships, with family and friends. Now, first of all, I want to talk about discrimination within the medical field. I kept going to doctors telling them what was going on with me, and it was, oh, well, because you're overweight, this is why. He wouldn't take me seriously, my last doctor, so I've actually gone and seen an advocate. I went in several times with major severe reactions covering from head to toe, where I couldn't breathe properly and felt like my throat was really tight, and it was horrible. And he still wouldn't take me seriously or send off referrals or listen to my request for tests or stuff to see what could be causing it. And I've had times where I've been in hospital and they put it, oh, you're overweight, maybe that's why, but that's not always why someone has health problems. There could be someone that's absolutely smaller who has the same health problems, or they put it down to, oh, you've already got a stomach problem, so maybe that's why, and don't bother to rule out any other possibilities of any other health problems. And then there's the ones that say, we'll send referrals, and we don't, or you go to your appointments and they don't listen to you. But if you feel you know that what you're being told is not right and not being listened to, there's advocates out there, and you make sure you go to them advocates to help you, because you've got to stand up for your rights. And at the end of the day, everyone deserves to be given a diagnosis of what's going on with their health conditions and treatment. Otherwise, your quality of life is being taken away. Now, in friendships, there's discriminations because they don't understand, or you can't go out all the time to their parties, or you can't go drinking, or you can't do a lot of things. So they assume you're being lazy and stop hanging out with you, or they don't want to hear, I'm sorry, I can't come, I'm not well, because then they say, but you're not well again. Or, oh, I'm sure it's not that bad. Or toughen up, or I'm sick of hearing about you being reactive. Or open your ears and eyes. You don't have to go through it to understand, but maybe you should go see what the person's living like and listen to how they truly feel and see what they're actually going through, and stop judging them. Because to my point of view, I've lost a lot of friendships through having all these health problems, but it also, I grieve for a life that I don't have at the moment, because all my good qualities from being able to do stuff have been taken away. Yet I've lost a lot of friendships, so I'm losing them too. And friendships are what you need, and they're important to keep you strong. So next time, maybe go over and see if you can do anything to help their friend, and talk to them in depth about it. You don't have to fully understand, but some sort of empathy and understanding could save their life or be there for them. Now it comes to family. Family can be discriminating against health problems. They might be like, oh, well, you've already thought you might have this or that a lot of times, so what means that this time the test is going to come back positive? Or, I'm sure you can just get over that allergy. I'm sure it will go away. Oh, you'll get better soon. Or, I don't want to hear about it. Well, sadly, yes, normally people with chronic illnesses that aren't diagnosed go through a lot of tests to get to where they are. And not always tests can show anything until you're on the right track and get the right diagnosis. And being sick isn't fun. It's not like we choose to have headaches, fatigue, flushing, night sweats, fevers, bone pains, headaches and severe migraines, sleep problems. Sometimes you could sleep for days, sometimes you don't sleep for days. And these are just some of the symptoms. And then you're having your upset stomach and constant nausea, or not being able to eat some days because you can't, or having side effects of a medication that affects your moods and makes you puff up, also put on weight even if you're doing everything right. And then there's relationships where you get into a relationship with someone and at first they seem to understand, and then all of a sudden they turn around and start saying, you're lazy. Oh, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? You're just making excuses. Oh, you look fine. Well, guess what? With invisible illnesses or chronic illnesses, sometimes people do look fine even when the truth is they're not actually fine. So grow up and start listening and taking them seriously. And if you can't be with take someone seriously, then don't be with them. They deserve someone who can treat them with respect and a lot better. And then I say, with all these people, start listening to people. Start seeing what you can do to help them. Maybe they can't hang out with you because you wear so much perfume that you set them off with a shock. And some people can go into anaphylactic shock. Others people won't have such severe symptoms, but it's still severe effects on the body. After a reaction, a very big reaction, I find that my body gets really cold and I find it hard to stay warm. I get really cold, but I can't keep warm. I feel like I'm going to pass out when I stand up. My blood pressure will go very low. I get headaches and I could just lay in bed shaking half the day, but yet I don't have any epilepsy, or have times I feel like I've jumped in and out of my body. And then when you do have a massive reaction, you're covered from head to toe in hives, your stomach's going crazy, you have to cough to be able to feel like you're getting air in and out, your throat gets tight, your breathing is restricted. And they're very scary, serious problems that a lot of people don't take serious. Imagine someone having to live through that every day, and you expect them to be fine and just get out of bed and do stuff. Well, I'm sorry, it's not that easy. And I know with my reactions, I take medication every day that's supposed to prevent these from happening, but they're not. And it doesn't take away all the side effects. And instead of saying, oh, you're sick again, maybe you could ask them what you can do to help them. Discrimination against people with health problems need to end. They're still human beings. At the end of the day, they deserve all the support and love and respect they can get, especially when a lot of the time they don't get taken seriously from medical staff. I was beginning to wonder if all these problems were in my head because I wasn't being taken seriously, but thankfully I found a new doctor who has agreed that what I'm going through is not just allergies, and that something more serious is going on with my health problems. Each day now I'm struggling because I have people going, oh, come do this, and then they get shitty because I can't go out and do something, but I'm not going to risk my health against stuff. I feel you need to open up your eyes and listen, really listen to what your friends are going through, your family, your partner, your neighbour, because it's not easy. Just because someone looks like they might not be unwell doesn't mean that they are well. And when they struggle when the quality of life is taken away, we shouldn't have to have our friends disown us because they don't want to be a part of our life because we can't go out and do what they want to do. You can still keep in contact with someone if they're too flared up to go out by talking to them on Skype, giving them a ring. Make sure you take care of your friends and your family, because you never know how much effect it actually takes on someone. And it's so draining. It messes with you, causes emotional problems, depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorders. And these are also other things that go along with these diseases. You could save a life by being a proper friend to someone and listening to them and being there for them and supporting them. Just because we can't go out all the time doesn't mean that we're less of a person than someone else that can. It's time to start making us feel like we're humans too. So please, think before you start picking on someone or making fun of their health problems, because you don't know how hard it is for them to deal with it and the pain and the suffering they go through.